Hi, my name is Erin McMullen. I'm an artist and activist based out of St. Louis, Missouri. Over the last 8 years, off and on, I have been studying cotton farming in India. On my study abroad program in 2007, I learned that over the last 20 years, more than 250,000 farmers in India have killed themselves. Many of those farmers are cotton farmers in particular. Obviously, this is a really shocking and disturbing piece of information. Um, I learned about it with the knowledge that I am a consumer and I'm a citizen of the United States, a country which subsidizes its own farmers' cotton farming and creates this really unequal playing field for farmers across the world to try pretty much in vain to compete with U.S. cotton farmers. So, learning about my complicit role as a consumer and as a United States citizen and how that's connected to this issue, I suddenly felt this feeling of guilt and, I mean, yeah, guilt. So I also felt compelled to try to understand more completely the context in which this epidemic is occurring. And so I have spent the last several years doing that. Over the last couple of years, I've been back here in St. Louis, and I've gotten really involved in the arts community here in St. Louis and also the activist community here in St. Louis. And over the last year, the two of those have been pretty inseparable and really intertwined in my life. And it's kind of led me to this point where I'm realizing that I want to use art as a tool for social change in the context of the research that I've done with cotton farmers in India. So I've learned a lot about the power of collaborative art and art as a process that's transformative as well as a tool that's transformative. So by that I mean the people who make the art, who are part of creating the art, that it can be transformative for them, but then also for people who are consuming the art and who are participating in the art, that it can be a really transformative experience for them as well. So I'm going back to India in October, and I'll be going back to the village where I lived in 2011, 2012. And my plan is to work with cotton farmers there to create one piece, several pieces, a body of work, whatever that ends up looking like. And then bring that back to St. Louis, back to the United States, and work to use their art as a way to bridge the gap between producers and consumers, and to encourage consumers to start to think beyond just mindlessly using all of the things that we use. I mean, I do now, but I didn't think about how much I use cotton until I was sitting in a cotton field having a lecturer berate me for my role in what he termed genocide, and sitting there thinking, wow, I'm 20 years old. For the last 20 years, I've been wearing cotton, and India is one of the world's largest producers of cotton, has been, and this has been a problem for 20 years. That means that the only cotton that I've ever come into contact with, as long as it was brand new cotton, has been wrapped up in this issue that I'm just now learning about. What is that? I have a decent amount of funding for this project, but I'm basically making this my full-time job for the next 2 months. So I need a little bit more to support myself. I also need a little bit more to hopefully extend the amount of time that I have a translator with me, and to cover costs of materials for the actual physical art itself, whatever that ends up being. And I'm relying on Indiegogo, this crowdfunding tool, in part because of the collaborative nature of this project. Just by watching this video, just by reading through my campaign, perhaps visiting my blog, that's the very first step in engaging consumers. And I mean, here we go. The project has already begun. So anyways, I hope that you will, I hope that you'll invest in my project, emotionally, intellectually, and also I would love some of your money. And yeah, join me on this journey as we start to create a project that will bring this issue to more people, and hopefully will change the current situation.